Hello everyone and welcome back to ImTechnos. In today's video, I will walk you through the step-by-step process of creating an AWS account. Whether you are new to AWS or just setting up a new account, this video will guide you through every step. Let's dive right in. The first thing you will need to do is visit the official AWS sign-up page. You can do this by going to aws.amazon.com and clicking on Create an AWS account, which you will find at the top right corner of the home page. Once you're on sign up page, you will need to enter a valid email address and an AWS account name. The account name can be anything, but it's typically your organization or personal name. For example, I use ImTechnos Studio. Then click Verify Email Address. You will receive a verification code at the email address you provided. Paste the verification code and click on Verify. Once your email address has been verified, it will then ask you to set a root password. Enter the password, reconfirm it, and click Continue. Next, you will need to provide your contact information. Start by choosing how you plan to use AWS. Select business if this account is for your organization, school, or company use. Or select personal if you are creating the account for your own individual projects. In this example, I'm selecting personal. Then fill out the following details like full name, phone number, address, city, state, postal code. After filling in all the required information, scroll down and review the AWS customer agreement. Once you're ready, check the box to agree to terms and conditions, then click on Agree and Continue. Now we are at billing information step. AWS requires you to add a valid credit or debit card for identity verification, even if you are only planning to use the free tier. Please note that you won't be charged for usage under the free tier. However, to verify your identity, AWS might place a temporary hold of up to 2 rupees if you are in India, or $1 for other countries, which will be credited back to you within 3 to 5 business days. Select your billing country from the drop-down. I'm selecting India. Enter your credit or debit card details. If you are using credit card, the accepted types are Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Diners Club, and JCB. If you are using debit card, AWS supports Visa and MasterCard. You can also use RuPay, but keep it in mind that RuPay is specific to India and only certain international enabled RuPay cards will work. There are a few important requirements your card must meet. International transactions must be enabled. Ensure your card has sufficient balance to cover a temporary authorization hold, usually around 2 rupees or up to $1 depending upon your region. The card must support online payments. Prepaid or virtual cards are generally not accepted. If your card doesn't work, try using a card from a different bank. Alternatively, you can use a friend or family member's card temporarily. You will have the option to remove or update the card later in the AWS billing console. Now, once the card details are complete, scroll down to fill in your billing address. If you are signing up from India, you will also see a field to enter your PAN number. This is optional, but it's recommended to provide it if you have one, especially for billing and tax compliance. Once everything is filled correctly, click Verify and Continue to move to the next step. Now we have reached the Confirm Your Identity step. You will need to make 2 selections here. Primary purpose of account registration. From this drop-down, choose the option that best reflects why you are creating this AWS account. If it is for company, business, or any kind of organization, select the business purpose. If you are signing up for personal use or learning, select the personal purpose. Next, we have ownership type. Choose your relationship to the account. For example, if you are the sole owner or individual user, select individual. If the account belongs to a company or institution, choose accordingly. Based on your selection, AWS might require additional verification. At the bottom, you will also see a checkbox to consent to AWS use of the information for verification and compliance purposes. Check this box once you are reviewed it. Once everything is filled out correctly, Click continue to proceed to the final step. Now let's verify your phone number to complete the identity confirmation process. AWS needs to make sure you are a real user, so they will send you a verification code to your mobile number. You can choose how you want to receive the code. A text message is a default and quickest option, or you can choose voice call if that's more convenient for you. Next, select your country or a region code from the dropdown. For example, if you are in India, choose +91. If you are in the US, it will be +1. After selecting your country code, enter your phone number, then click continue. AWS will instantly send you a code. Enter the code you received and proceed to the next step. Now it's time to choose your AWS support plan. AWS offers 3 different support plans to choose from depending on your needs. Basic support, which is free, and this is a default option and is recommended for most users, especially if you are just getting started. Next, developer support. Ideally, if you are a developer experimenting with AWS and want email support during business hours. And business support recommended if you are running production workloads. If you are just testing, learning, or using AWS for a personal projects, stick with the basic free plan. Once you have made your selection, click complete sign up at the bottom to finish the account creation process. Right now, AWS is activating the account, which usually takes just a few minutes. You will get an email once the activation is complete. Once your account is ready, you can click this button, go to AWS Management Console to access the full range of AWS services. The next step is to wait for the activation mail. Once that's done, you can explore the AWS Management Console. That's it. We have successfully created an AWS account and reached the AWS Management Console. If this is your first time with AWS, it might look a bit overwhelming at first, but I will be guiding you for different services step by step in the upcoming videos. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and happy learning.